Welcome back, it's your boy LastKnownMeal, and today I'm going to talk about Elex, an upcoming open world RPG from the creators of Gothic and Risen series, and that studio is called Piranha. Now, because I'm a huge fan of their studio, basically this channel started by playing one of their games, Gothic 1, and since I love that studio so much, I decided to start covering Elex on a weekly basis or something like that. But I get a lot of comments in my previous Elex videos where people want to know, hey, what is this game gonna be about? Like, how is it different from their previous games? So I'm going to use this video to make a summary of everything we know so far about Elex and how the game is going to play, and I'll try to explain this game as fast as I can because I know that the majority of you watched my previous Elex videos and know a lot about this game. So first of all, Elex is, as I said, going to be a open world RPG. If you played previous games made by Piranha, you know that you have a decent amount of freedom in that game. You can do whatever the hell you want, go wherever you want and finish a quest which you want to finish. So the game is not going to restrict you in anything because like, it will restrict you when it comes to other enemies and monsters and where you can go in and what is forbidden at the beginning. So, still, factions play a huge role in a game like this, and even in previous Piranha games, factions played a huge role. Like, you couldn't progress through the game unless you join a certain faction. For example, in Gothic 1, you had Old Camp, New Camp, Swamp Camp, and you had to join in one of those factions to progress through the game because you get benefits and armor, etc, etc. So I'm definitely thinking this game is going to be something like that. Now we're gonna have 4 factions in Elex, and the number 1 is probably the Berserkers, and those guys want to return to the past because I didn't explain this. We're gonna be in a world called Magellan. The planet is called Magellan. And there was a certain meteor that hit Magellan, pretty much destroying everything, but that meteor was carrying Elex, thus the name of the game. Now Elex is going to be the most valuable mineral, I'm guessing most valuable thing on the entire planet, and as I said, you have 4 factions trying to get as much Elex as possible. So as I said, number 1 faction, the Berserkers, think that this meteor gave the world another chance, so they want to return to the nature, and they're going to use bows and arrows and swords, etc, etc. They're going to be very primitive, well, primitive in a modern era. Then you have the Alps, and Alps are, well, I would say the baddies in this game, even though a game like this is going to give you freedom to join any faction whatsoever. So, you know, the line between good and bad is really thin. So the Alps want to get all the Elex possible, and everyone who opposes them is gonna get their head cut off. And they think that the weak should not be alive, and only them and someone who joins them, like the strongest ones, should have all the Elex. And basically they inhale while they take a lot of Elex, and that makes them, well, they lose all emotion in the world because they're, you know, ingesting a lot of that Elex into themselves. It gives them power, they feel good, and they're going to be some sort of baddies in this game. They're still going to use, I believe from what I've seen, they're going to use swords and shields, but they're gonna have those amazing armors which makes them so cool. Then you have the clerics. And the clerics, well, they want to use Elex to power their machines. They're basically turned to the future, so we're gonna have robots, we're gonna have weapons, we're gonna have automatic weapons, we're gonna have those huge armors. So if you want to use shotguns and assault rifles in this game, maybe the clerics are a good choice. The last faction we have for today is the Outlaws, and these guys are pretty neutral. They think that they shouldn't join any like other faction, and they just want to get high. They're a bunch of people that just inhale drugs all the time, something like Swamp Camp, and they have their own like agenda to not meddle in everything, and they want to be free. So if you join that faction, you're gonna have all the freedom in the world, I believe, and they're gonna have all combinations of weapons. So that's what I love about this game, is that you're gonna go from bows and arrows to assault rifles and robots. So this game has it all. Now, for a lot of people, you know, it could be a problem, like, okay, this guy has a gun, you have a sword, how that's gonna work out. If they give you a chance to be strong with both weapons, like even with bow and arrow and with assault rifles and everything, I'm okay with that. Now, you're also gonna have a jetpack, so you'll be able to travel the world, access different levels of the world. They said that this entire planet of Magalan is hand created, so every single stone is put there by a person. It wasn't generated or anything like that. Now, the number one problem people have with this game is obviously animation. Like, I'm okay with it because this is not a AAA game. I mean, the game on Steam, I believe it's like €50 and $50, so it's not being charged as a AAA game. Somewhat not charged as a AAA game, but you know, knowing Piranha Bytes, this game could last you a long time, because they said that you're gonna have a lot of gameplay hours in it, and it's usually like that. Now, when it comes to Piranha Bytes games in general, factions, also as they were in Gothic series and Risen series, they're gonna have a huge role in Elex. Now, I'm not sure if you will have to join a certain faction to progress through the game. It's probably going to be a case, but every single faction has their own area, so if you do join a faction, you're going to work for them and their agendas, but you're gonna be able to have all the choices in the world. So if you want to be bad, you can be bad. If you want to be, I don't know, neutral, you can be neutral. If you want to be a good guy in the world like this, you can be a good guy in a world like this. But every single faction, which I learned from Gothic, is not black and white. It's always gray. So every single faction has its good things and its bad things. So it definitely adds a depth to this game. Also, you will be able to do other quests, explore, attack monsters. Now, in a game like this, monsters, I believe, don't get stronger as how you get stronger. So you will have areas with some low-level monsters, but you will also have areas which have those monsters you cannot kill unless you level up, and that's amazing because as you level up and get stronger equipment, you will be able to take other NMZs. So that's a great thing. Now, also, as I said, this game is coming out on October 17th, 2017. If you do want to watch some gameplay videos, I'm going to leave you some links down below. Go check it out. Hopefully, I was able to explain this game. And also, one more thing. You will take a role of an Alp, and basically your ship crashes, and since you didn't inhale that Elex, you will start to feel emotions for the first time. And obviously those Alps are going to hate you unless you join them. But, you know, the character is going to say, oh, so maybe the world is definitely not black and white. Maybe I should go and give a chance to other people. So, again, it's all up to you how you want to play this game. And also keep in mind that I'm not being paid to advertise this game. I still want to see how this game is going to look like when it comes out, so you will get some first gameplay videos once this game is out, so be subscribed for that, because I'll make a lot of Elex videos once I get more information. And that's it. Don't forget to tell me down below in the comments if you have any more questions. Also, tell me what you think about this game. And don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button down below to stay updated with the latest Elex news. This is LastKnownMeal signing out, and stay classy, everyone. Bye bye.